Okay, now we'll do the pocket for the front page and the back page. So I have one done. I cut my size. I only wanted this pocket to be 2.5 inches. So I cut my piece of cardstock, or pocket to be 2 inches. I cut the piece of cardstock to 2.5 inches. Then after doing my measurements to get exactly where I knew I wanted that pocket to rest on that page for the opening and closing, that this page is going to incur the fact that there's going to be something a little bulky here. There might be things in the pocket, and then with the things back here, to get that measurement, I measured the width of my page, which the actual page is just under 5.25 inches, because you have to take into consideration the folds, and that takes that smidgen away. So by the time I add the 1/2 inch on each side, and I cut down, I split that difference of that 1/8 of an inch, I measured my pocket at 6 1/8 inches, then did my scoring on 3 sides. So let me get this one burnished. I had the other one already done, and we will hit it with a little bit of Distress ink, just because I did all the other ones. I'd hate to end up with one I didn't do that too. Then this pocket is going to go on just a little differently than the pockets here did, because these were just going to attach right onto the page. So the first thing I do is I put a dot of glue at that joining section, because you always want the tab that's going to be on the bottom of the pocket to fold up over the sides. And part of that reason is that will help when you stick this down. You won't have as much that lets it catch on this, because we didn't do this pocket the way that I did the other pocket. Usually when I do these kind of pockets, I don't. It's mostly side pockets that I do the other way too. Then I run my glue. So I don't want it so close to this edge that when I press this on, it might ooze up and stick more of the part of the pocket that needs to stay open. And this pocket, I'm going to use the edge of the patterned paper on this side, because this is the front side that I'm looking at, and the bottom of the page as my guide for where I want this pocket to be. And then you will see, get that pressed down good. There's an ever so slight, maybe that 1/16 of an inch of the pattern paper that shows on this side of the pocket. That's what I want. Reason being is because this page is going to get so much folding in. If this came over even that extra little 1/16 of an inch, it's going to give you a little bit of a catch and a bind there. So, and that was just through trial and error, figuring out why I couldn't get them pockets to lay like I wanted them to, or the pages to lay right. So anyway, it's just something that I do, because I'm kind of funny about my measurements. So I was brought up as a little carpenter's helper. You measure twice and cut once. Now I measure about 6 times before I cut, and sometimes still get it wrong. But I just like for things to fit right, and so that's how I do it. So now in this one, you want to line it up still to the outer edge. Line it up at that patterned paper. Get it even across the bottom. Press everything into place. Then give it that extra burnish, and you're good. Now I've cut my pieces of, I liked that same patterned paper that had that torn fabric look, so it's also going to be on these two pockets. That way it kind of gives a little cohesiveness to the pockets. And I just cut my layering piece where I've got about anywhere from a 1/16 to an 1/8. It really depends on the measurement and where it's at as to how much border I put on something. So there's that pocket, and it looks beautiful with the texture of the brick wall look. And then I'll come back and do this one. And when I cut this brick wall looking pattern paper apart, I trimmed off a little bit because on this particular piece here that was on the front, I knew I wanted that butterfly to be right there because I knew I was going to put a pocket here, and I wanted that butterfly to be in the background. So I kind of put a little forethought into all of that one and to get it done. So basically this is what we've got done so far. The cover, of course I did go back and do the spine. So I've got the front cover. You open it up. We've got a waterfall here with three pages, and then the back page. Then a front page with a pocket. You open this up. You have an accordion. So a lot of interactivity with the book. So you can put pictures on both sides of that. Let's see if I can tie this bow again. I'll be done untied and tied this thing so many times I won't even want to fool with tying a bow. Good thing I wear slip-on shoes. Then when you open that page up, you have a pocket here. You have a large area here. Close that side. This page has the belly band with the pull-out fold-over, place for 3 photos or whatever on. Open this side up, another large photo area, a pocket here. And I did go back, since this 1/2-inch spine was kind of glowing at me, I trimmed down a piece of that brick paper, and it just looked perfect right there. And then inside back page with a pocket here, and I'm going to work on something to go here. So once I decide that, I'll be back and then we'll be done.